Welcome to Magic Tech. In this tutorial we'll be talking about responsive images. Let's get started. We drag and drop our folder into VS Code, easy and smooth. Okay, we pick our image. I already have a folder, an image folder in the main folder, so we can delete that and create our own folder. So by clicking on the plus icon, folder, you can create folder. So image, then index.html for our rendering of HTML, then style.css for styling. Then we drag and drop our image in the image folder, font2.png. Then we can run our live server. Then our template, shift exclamation mark, element abbreviation. You can close the sidebar by pressing Ctrl B. Let's link our CSS. If I could type this correctly, okay. The H1 tag is the header tag. I already make videos on important basic tags. Okay, hello everyone, this is a tutorial on image tag. We're going to be creating a responsive image. Let's zoom out so I can be able to see everything. Then we create our image tag, img. The source is the location where you save your image. Pressing forward slash is going to bring out the folder and the file in the main folder. So you're just going to click enter and select. So the alternate, alt, is the alternate text, like if the server loads and the image did not show, what text should it show? That's the alt. Okay, our image is loaded. Let's style it. In our style.css, you know the usual. You press star, remove the margin and the padding. That's the default margin and the padding. Margin 0, padding 0. Then img tag, open and close. Then our image tag is an inline CSS. So how will we know? Let's add two images. No, this is not a block element because it's filling the whole width. That's why. You see, when we change the size, that's the width, is an inline tag. Is an inline element. Sorry guys. So when we display block, now is in block element. So you can see margin left auto, margin right auto. That's going to centralize the image. Okay, now max width 20%. Sorry, you can use any dimension that you want. That's all I will see. Just tweak it. Don't start copying me. Opacity is how you make things visible and invisible on the screen. So with opacity 0 to 1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.9 till 1, that's the opacity level. When it's at 1, it's fully opaque. When it's at 0.1, 0.2, is transparent. Okay, let's put the image in a container. That's a div. An image can stay in a container. Anything can stay in a container. The division element is a non-semantic element. So let's detail the image with a p tag. We can add shadows to our image, and we can add shadows to our div element. So let's add shadow to our image. You can play with the numbers. So the more you tweak the number, just decrease the numbers. The RGBA, okay, the A means transparency, RGB, you know, red, green, blue. So the A means how transparent the colors will be. You can just play around with box shadow. I'm going to give a link down below for the tutorial on box shadows. Okay, now our p tag, we're going to create a rectangle down below the div. so that we can contain our detailing of the image in it. So let's go font family for selecting the font type, then padding. Let's remove the padding. You can actually play around with all this, but there will be a tutorial on that too. But you can just play with the one I'm using right now, or you can just play around with your own numbers. Just play around with it. That's what will make you learn properly. Text align center. It's going to centralize the text in the P tag. So now let's style our div. That's the image card background. You can give it white, you can give it any color you want. You can use the RGB, you can use the color name, and you can use the hexadecimal. Then let's give it box shadow. What can you see? You can see the image is having shadows and the div is also having shadow. Okay, with 75%. So you can copy that there so that it goes to the middle. That's the best way to go to the middle. Okay, now our image is not centralized in the div. So what are we going to do? 100%. Max width 100%, and you can use your width. Okay, so now our P tag, let's just change the font width and the font size so it goes a little bit bolder and you can see it properly. Okay, so margin top, let's just push it down a little bit. You can play around with these numbers so you can see it's responsive, but on the bigger screen the image is at the left side of the div. So I know some of you will want to do margin left and margin right auto so that it can be centralized. So let's try that and see. It's centralized, but there's still space by the right and the left. So what we're going to do is so simple. We're just going to make the max width, because we are using max width. We're going to use the max width and change it to ordinary width, not max width. We're going to change to width 100% so that it can contain the div inside at 100%. You can see. So now the image is fully responsive with the detailing. So it's very easy to create image that's responsive, that grow with the screen and everything. So now let's create a over effect. I already told you when you do the column and the over, it means when I over, what should happen. So let's increase the box shadow effect. That's the shadow effect. So when we over, the shadow should increase. You can see the shadow is moving. So you can play around with it. When you over the div, what should happen? Should it increase the size? Okay, let's give it transition, because seconds is just going up and it's not smooth. That's ugly. Let's transition it 0.5 seconds. You can see, but you can transition it to like a second or two so it can be much slower, not faster. 1 second, you can see how slow it is and smooth. So just play around with the properties and the dimensionings and everything. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any suggestion, put it down below in the comment. Thank you.